Hi, I'm going to do a couple of simple things just using balloons, but before I do that, I've actually reduced the size of my generation screen so that it makes it easier for you to see the video. But in doing that, I've also pulled off my menus, my toolbars, and I've actually got them floating. And I've actually moved my stitch types and zoom, etc., up to the top line in here because I only have a specific area to video. The area in here is my 110 by 110 Janome hoop. Now you can use whatever hoop, if you've got a 4x4 hoop, then that's fine. I quickly drew a balloon in Zona Draw, just using the oval and the triangle drawing tools. So I'm going to now find my balloon. And as you can see there, I have it in a Windows Meta file, a WMF, and I'm just going to select that and click OK. And I'm just going to leave it as simple artwork. Do not generate the background color, automatically pick background color as white, and resize after inserting, auto select, and just click OK. Now the balloon is quite small, but that's not a problem, so I'll just leave it and maintain aspect ratio and click OK. Now holding down my control key, I'm going to right click and select the white areas, and while still holding down my control key, I'm just going to delete those white areas. And now I'm just going to ask Generations to generate the design for me by hitting the little G key. And there you have your simple balloon. And if I do the 3D, you can see it's auto selected the type. It's actually put in two colors up here, but I'm not going to worry about that either at the moment. I'm going to turn off my 3D. Now if I look on my sequence window, I can see that this part of the design has been auto-judged. I'm just going to actually save that to Saturn, generate. Now I'm going to select my view outline key from the top, and you can see that that's actually grayed that area out. Now I'm just going to go to the key next to it, and if you look closely you'll see all these little green dots. These are my directions for that part of the design, and you can see up here it's not really very neat. So using my zoom key, I'm just going to zoom in, right click to turn off my zoomed key, and I want these lines to run across, so I'm just going to move my mouse onto there and drag that one across there, drag it so it's parallel, the same with this one, and the same with that one. Now when I generate the design, you'll see that I've got the satin stitches going across. I've also got my in and out points at the top here. Again, if I select the view outline tool and then pick the tool at the top for the edit mode, I'm just going to drag these up a fraction just so that they're inside the outline of that balloon, and I'm going to generate. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out to normal view again. Now I'm going to select this part of the design and move the out point by just left clicking and dragging so that it is down at the bottom of that, and I'm going to actually change my direction so that it's going across, and I'll generate. Go back up to the top, and I'm going to select complex fill. I'm going to hit my space bar, select complex, go to select pattern, and now I'm just going to select a pattern for my balloon, and I'll just use pattern 9. Click OK and apply, and OK again. I'm just going to generate and do a 3D view. Now you have a fancy balloon pattern. Now if I select that balloon, those two pieces are actually joined together, so that's fine. Now I'm just going to move it over to the side. I'm going to do a Control C to copy it, a Control V to paste another one. Whilst it's selected, I can actually click on it again, and by using my left mouse button I can rotate that, and I'll just rotate it slightly to that. Now I go on to select both parts of that balloon and just select another colour, and you can select. Now I'm going to select the purple balloon and just move it over the top of the red balloon. I'm going to select that top part now because it's underneath and just do Control Delete. Select the rest of the red balloon, go to the outline edit button and right click and say create a void using existing area. If I drag my mouse over, I get the pink outline. I'm just going to select that and enter, escape and generate. Now I have a piece of the balloon cut out where the purple balloon is on top. Now this will stop it stitching out, so you've got double stitches on top of each other. Okay, now I'm going to actually select these balloons again and I'm going to merge them using the merge button and do a Control C and a Control V, and I'm going to bring the balloon down. Now you can see that I've actually got 4 balloons. Again, this area is going to be cutting into that area. I'm going to select that red balloon, just change it to yellow. Next parts of the balloon, change it to blue. Now I've actually got 4 colours of balloons. And just because I don't like the look of the red when I've got all pastel colours, I'm just going to change that balloon to pink. Okay, now I'm going to select, unmerge those, and just select that part of the balloon, turn it grey, and create a void using existing area. Now I've actually removed part of that balloon as well, so I'm going to do enter, escape and generate. Okay, now we have 4 balloons and none of them will sew on top of each other. Might be a good idea to have saved your design. I forgot to mention that, but I figured by now that we knew to save as we were going along. Okay, so now I'm going to select all of those and merge them together. I'm going to move them across. The reason I'm doing that is I want to make this into a border, but I don't want the whole balloon border. Okay, so I've just moved it. Now I'm going to actually cheat. I'm actually going to use my red line from my hoop as a guideline. So I'm going to select all my parts of the design, turn them grey. Now I'm going to select divide with a line. I'm going to click at the top on my red line and go down to the bottom. Click enter, escape and generate. Now you can see I've made a very nice slice down that side of the designs. So if I select those pieces that I've sliced off, I'm just clicking on them and holding down my control key and then delete them, I have a nice straight border. It is a way of cheating, I suppose, but if, as I always say, if it can't be done yesterday, I don't do it. Now I can select that and do a Control C, Control V and flip it and bring it over to this side. Now I'm just going to line it up so that I have it nice and neat where I want it on that side. Hold down my Control key so that I've selected it all, and now I'm just going to align it, and I want to align it to the top. Okay, so that's just adjusted it slightly. And if I want to, I can now merge them together. So you can see that was a very simple way of actually doing a border, and you could do some writing in here if you want to. You can change the colours of your balloons, you can change the patterns of your balloons. It is purely up to your artistic creations. Now the only other thing we have to do is we have repeats here, so I'm just going to say go to accessories and optimize stitching order, and I'm going to let generations do that for me. Okay, now it's put the little balloon parts on top of there. You can decide whether you want to leave them there or whether you want to bring them before this part of the design. If you want to do that, then you can just move them up yourself by selecting it. Or if you want to make the sewing order yourself, then you can do that as well. by just going to accessories, set stitching order, and going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoops. Enter, escape, and generate. And there you have your balloon border. Okay, let's have some more fun with this balloon. I'm going to select it, do a Control C and a Control V. That's given me another balloon. If I do another Control V, I've got another balloon, another Control V, and I have another balloon, and another Control V, and I have another balloon. Now, with a little bit of luck, we should have 5 balloons down the side. So I'm just going to select those and make them purple. And the next one, I'm going to make them yellow. And we'll have a blue one. And the last one can be green. So we have blue, green, yellow, purple, and pink. Now that was what I call speedy. Okay, so we're just going to arrange these how I want them, where I want them, etc. Okay, that to me looks like a nice bunch of balloons. Now we need to make it so that the balloons don't sew on top of each other where we don't want them to sew on top of each other. So first of all, I've got my balloon, my blue one. I'm going to remove that little bit because I know I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to Control C. Sorry, Control Delete even. Okay, all the other little bits we have, they're intact. Okay, so now I'm going to select that green balloon, and I'm going to turn it grey, and I'm going to create a void using existing area. So I want to get rid of that, and I'll get rid of that as well. And enter, escape, and generate. Okay, so now we've actually cut 2 bits out of that balloon, and we've also cut it so that the pink balloon is fitting in there fine as well. Okay, now we need to do some more on the pink balloon, so I'm going to select the purple one, turn it grey, and I'm going to create a void using existing area, so I get rid of that bit, and I'm going to do enter, escape, and generate. Okay, so they're looking fine. Now the pink balloon is still showing intact, so I'm going to turn that grey, and I'm going to create a void using existing area. I lost it. So I'll get rid of that and that. Enter, escape, and generate. Okay, so there's nothing. The pink balloon's fine. Purple balloon's fine. Now we're going to do some work with the yellow balloon. And create a void using existing area. And enter, escape, and generate. Okay, so you see that we have part of that balloon that we don't need. Control Delete. And I'll go back onto there. And I am going to fix my mistake by turning that grey. Going to adjust with an arc. So if I click it there and click it in the center, and there we go. Now I've got that green. Now I need to cut some out. Right click, create a void, and that. Enter and generate.